Welcome to the Trill MBA Show. I'm your host, Felicia Ann Rose, a Nuha, aka the Trillest MBA you will ever know, and I'm here to help you survive and thrive in corporate America by giving you the truth and being as real as only I can be. Hey guys. So this isn't quite an episode. It's more of an update. But I do want to share some things that I am learning along the way. So for those who don't know, and the reason why I've been on hiatus is because 2021 has been a hell of a year. Just crazy. So I lost my job through a restructure, and I was working for Coca-Cola. And then I got a new job at a new company with a double promotion and more money. All before my time at Coke ended. So it was pretty darn awesome on one end, but then on the other end, there has been so many things that have happened. And I realized something that I want to share with you guys that I've learned. Work is just not that important. Damn! Like, there are so many things that are truly important in life, and work should rank really low, like
really, really low.
And a lot of us are doing fear-based things. We are staying in roles that we should have left a long time ago. We are staying at companies that we shouldn't be at because we are making the fear-based decision that we somehow need this particular job that we have today because bills, adulting, all the ghetto shit of life. But here's the deal. You have to stop making decisions based on fear. You cannot continue to live your life trying to mitigate risk. Because guess what? There's going to be risk. There's risk everywhere, every day. And even sometimes your best efforts not to have any risk lead you to still the bad outcome that you didn't even know was coming. Every day we wake up is not promised. So stop sitting in that job. Stop working for somebody that you know is not caring or considerate of you and doesn't care if you're there. Like, just quit. Go get another job. Right now, you have the power. And I know a lot of times it doesn't feel like it, but you do. You do have the power because you can go get another job. Now, it might not be your dream job, but it definitely is not the shit you sitting in today.
What you say?
So one of my mentees, I was fussing at him the other day because I tend to fuss at my mentees. But I was fussing at him because he was like, I've been working and I'm working on the weekends and I'm burnt out. And I had my review and my review was good, but I told them I was burnt out. And so then my manager, he knows I was taking Friday off. He knew that I was taking vacation, that I probably needed the weekend. And he still told a client that I would have something done by Tuesday when I'm not even going to be in the office on Friday. And then it needs to go through a review and vetting process Monday morning, which would mean I would have to work over the weekend. And it's like, he didn't even think about that. And he didn't do this, and he didn't do that, and he doesn't care, and blah, blah, blah. And most of you be like, yeah, he's not a good manager. He's not thoughtful. He doesn't care, blah, blah, blah. So then I told my mentee, I said, well, did you tell him that you couldn't get it to him until Wednesday? Exactly. Like, he's not going to have your vacation in his mind. And it's not that managers don't care about you, but you have to advocate for yourself. Like, if you've told somebody you're burnt out and then you continue to respond on the weekend, you continue to work over the weekend. Don't blame them, blame you. Stop doing it. Just stop. Like, put your boundaries up. You put in your time, you work as hard as you can, you stay focused. Don't be lollygagging. Don't be boonjine, right? You put your 8 to 10 hours in Monday through Friday, and what doesn't get done doesn't get done. Make sure you understand the priorities that the company needs, and the big deadlines, you got to meet those. And sometimes, you might have to work a weekend or whatever, according on your field and industry and all that stuff. But like, this expectation that you're gonna just burn yourself, like, you have a choice. And I told my mentee, I was like, what's the worst case scenario? You tell him, hey, I'm not gonna be able to get this to you until Monday. I'm out of pocket this weekend. I'm on vacation today. I said, what, you think he's gonna fire you on the spot? Do you know how hard it is to find talent right now? And you've been producing? What are the odds that he's going to say, well, if you can't do it, you're fired? Oh, no, honey, there's no odds. Let's be real clear. If you were confused before, I'm here to tell you that there's no way in Hades anybody is letting go of somebody who's producing right now in this job market. There is a actual war for talent. And you need to understand what that means for you. Now, a lot of you are looking around, and if you're not paying attention, you're not looking at the signs. There are people who are like striking right now. You've got hundreds of thousands of people across the country who are going to walk out of companies. Like, it is bananas right now. And if you can't see that you need to take your power back, and you've somehow convinced yourself that you have to prove yourself, honey, I need you to wake up, and I need you to stop living in that fear, because that is not the situation. That is not the case. And that is definitely not the reality. Hear me, and hear me well. It is a new day. And how you need to treat these companies is how you would treat fuckboys. That is exactly what you need to do. Because these companies ain't shit. They ain't never gonna be shit. And all this post-George Floyd performative bullshit is shit. It's bullshit. It's been a year. Where's all the change? Where's all the money? Now, that's not to say that some people haven't made some strides, but it's still too much performing and not enough actual radical change, because that's what it's going to take in order to create the society that's fair and just and equitable, is to actually create radical change. What that means is whiteness and oppression and racism, all those forces that keep these systems in place, literally have to die, which also means that white people who inherently don't want to let go of the cushiness of whiteness are going to be uncomfortable, period. Until whiteness decides that it wants to stop being a brutal negative force in the world, this is where we at. You want to get your best possible outcome, right? So how do you do that? Well, there's a couple of things I want you to think about over the next couple of weeks while I get my life together so I can actually produce actual episodes. So the first thing I want you to think about is, what do you really want to be doing with your life? Like, that's step number one. Because if you don't know what you want to be doing with your life, there's no way you can intentionally decide where you want to work and who you want to work for and how you want to show up in the world. So step one, what do you want your life to be? And I know you're probably, well, what they got to do with the job? Everything. Because a lot of you are out there and you are just literally surviving, like the bare minimum survival. Like, you are literally like, get up on Monday, go do this work, and live for the weekend. I can lay around and vegetate because this job that I have that I hate has sucked the life out of me. And only thing I can do is just lay here and try to get something back and do nothing. Right? And then run my errands and do the sucky adulting thing and then start it all over and do it all over again. Aren't you tired, sis? I know I am. But what I recognize is, a lot of you think you don't have the power to set your boundaries, push back, and create the work life that you want. But you do have the power. What's the worst case scenario? That's what I always do with my coaching clients. Like my mentee, he said, well, if I tell him that I can't get it done, what does that mean? What happens? I'm like, the first time you do it, it's scary. But I'm telling you, when you see that nothing bad happens, then you realize, oh, shit. So I'm going to go to his text messages because he texted me and he told me what he sent his boss. So he was like, hey, boss, I finished part A of this work. I'm interpreting because I won't out him. I finished type A of this work, and this is the result of that. I will have to start the other portion on Monday, and I won't be able to work on it for the remainder of the weekend, but I'll prioritize it right after our meeting on Monday. And here is the work. So then his boss says, okay, I could see if probably another white dude can jump in. We need to have this to present on Monday morning so we can get it moving and close out by the deadline. If we miss Monday, we may lose a week. And then, again, we have been so conditioned. And he said, his solution was to give my project to the other person on the team. I was like, perfect. See how that works? Like, great. You don't have to work over the weekend. That's what you wanted. And then he was like, well, I'm annoyed that the solution is to have him take over my project. I started this. I sourced this. And I was like, why? You have plenty of other shit to do. This is not your project. This is your company's project. Like, you don't own this. And then he's like, you're right. You see what I'm saying? Like, we get so invested in making other people money that we act like it's ours. That shit ain't yours. That project ain't yours. You're working on it for the company. But guarantee, if the company said, pencils down, give me all your shit, get out, you won't have nothing to do with that. Like, your name will be a remnant in maybe some Microsoft Office files somewhere. And that's it. Nobody will care, my friend. But yeah, you over here working weekends, working late nights, burning yourself out, not taking care of yourself, not drinking your water, not sleeping well, not exercising, just really running yourself ragged for what? Something that's not even fucking yours. So let's put the fuck boyness of corporate in its place, right? And let us focus on us. So that's number one. But the first thing to do that is figure out, am I even in the right place? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? The second part is stop moving in fear. Stop being afraid of your boss. So what? Your boss hates you. Your boss may hate you. And they may tell you they hate you. So the fuck what? Tell them you hate them back, but say you're going to respect me. And in return, I will respect you and we will get this work done because that's what this is about. I'm not here to be your little friend. Okay? It's fine. But stop being afraid of leaders. Stop being afraid of your manager. Stop being afraid. These people can't hurt you. So what you're afraid of is, I'm going to lose my job and then I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. Boo, guess what? If you are performing at any level at your current role, you can find another job. And don't let them convince you otherwise, because they love to gaslight us. Talking about, well, where are you going to go? To another company that's going to hire me because I, show up and I am a warm body and I act like I know what I'm doing. I can get hired at another company. Period. Remember that. Again, this is where you should cue Beyonce. To the left, to the left. Don't you ever get to thinking you're irreplaceable. You must not know about me. Company, you must not know about me. I can't have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, I got an interview in a minute. Okay? The other thing, I want you guys to go back and listen to Attorney Anitra, because some of y'all need to call the EEOC. Some of y'all need to be documenting. Some of y'all are in some shit right now, and you probably need to just go ahead and lawyer up. But I need you to not be afraid to do that. Okay? Because these companies are on fuck shit, and they're going to have to learn. And the only way they change really is when it finally affects their pocketbooks enough. But clearly, whiteness says that's a whole lot of money that has to happen for us to change, because this is too much power that we just love to have, and we love to just, put our foot on people's necks. So go ahead and settle with us and sue us or whatever. We fine. We built the laws around it anyway. Okay, fine. We may not win, but at least get your money, sis. Okay? Get your money. Because the pain and suffering is real. The mistreatment is real. You're not crazy. Okay? Please understand, I'm here to tell you, you are not crazy. I don't know who needs to hear this today, because it has been on my heart, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these companies, y'all. I'm so tired of the stories I hear. I'm so tired of companies, hiring people and then doing the okie doke. I'm tired of companies sitting up here talking about, well, this is the job description. And then when you get there, oh, well, we want you to just do this little thing over here. But I am a highly skilled, trained, experienced professional, and I signed up for this role with this experience, and now y'all want me to do this little piddly shit that a little undergrad can do coming right out of school? You got me fucked up. Like, for real. What in the entire fuck? I have heard these stories now for months. I'm just like, what is happening? What is actually in the entire fuck happening? I don't know. Is Mercury in retrograde or some shit? Like, what moon is rising to whose sun? I don't know. But the shit is bananas. BANANAS.
It's bananas. BANANAS.
Okay? So, listen. I want y'all to stay strong. Okay? Stop moving in fear. Figure out what you really want to be doing with your time and your life. And number 3, stop letting these companies punk you and treat them like the fuck boys they are. You really do have more power than what they want you to believe you do. Push back. You can push back respectfully. It doesn't have to be rude. Just say, hey, I would love to do this. Here's when I can do it. Right? And then let them, if they want to go another direction, let them decide. It's their shit. This ain't your shit. And no, you won't look bad. And no, you won't lose your job. The only way you look bad is if you have absolutely been doing nothing at all. Like at all. For months. Because it really would take them months to gather up enough of, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, and this is why we're firing you. Like, literally, I know people who are sitting in their roles right now doing absolutely nothing. Not delivering, not nary one deliverable, and still getting a paycheck every other week. Just boggled in the mind, child. Just no understanding. But this is happening. You know that person at work that don't do shit. They just talk a lot and say a lot of words that mean nothing. You know who their coworker is. Everybody knows who the coworker is. That's the crazy part. And yet they are living right now. So sis, you with all your black girl magic and all your magicalness and get it doneness and turn it around, every time they need to turn around a business, who do they hire? A black woman. Facts. Every time they need to create change and a movement in the organization for the good, what do? Put the black woman in that role. Show me where they don't. I'll wait. That's what I thought.
Perfect.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. I miss y'all. I'm getting my life together. The first episode I come back, I will tell you about my move, because I haven't moved. And then I'll tell you about the black mold and how I had to move again. It was crazy. So once it's all said and done, I will share the story of how I had to work and deal with fuck shit shenanigans. I'm sure you all can relate. So until next time, sorry I've been gone so long, and I'll be back. Listen to old episodes. If you're new here, welcome. Please tell all your friends about this podcast, because that's how I can monetize the podcast if more people listen. All right, guys. If you have a work situation or dilemma and you need some help, you can email me at ask@trillinba.com. Again, that's ask@trillinba.com. If you don't get a response from an email in about 48 hours, please email again and raise it up to the top, because I don't have an admin right now. If you want to workshop your problem, you can go to trillinba.com/coaching and sign up for a coaching session. They are not free, because I have just made too many of y'all a lot of money with my advice. Y'all over here getting promoted, getting more resources. One of my coaching clients from our Win at Work class, she just texted me talking about, I went from having 2 directs to now I have 10, and my scope is larger now, which means she's about to get promoted again. And she just got promoted earlier this year. So, and she's like, I just use everything Felicia told me. I was like, oh, that warms my heart. So if you are having any kind of dilemma, you're trying to get promoted and can't, you on a PIP, need to figure that out. I'm not a therapist, but I definitely can help you think through tactically what you need to do and how you need to show up at work in order to get what you need to get from the current role you're in or the new role you're trying to get. So again, that's ask@trillinba.com or trillinba.com/coaching, and you can sign up for a session with me to workshop your dilemma. So, all right, guys, this was off the dome, just stuff that was on my heart. So until next time, keep it trill. The Trill MBA Show is a Fair World Corp LLC production. Executive produced by Felicia and Rose Inuha. Sound design and editing by Chris Mann with Podshaper. Theme music is Kick Push by Ryan Little. Keep it trill every day, y'all.